Hello, good morning from Jakarta, Indonesia. My name is Hagi and I am a local citizen of Jakarta and welcome to my very first YouTube video. So, the plan for today is that I'm going to show you what are the things that you should do here in the older part of Jakarta, or we call it Kota Tua. So basically, I am currently standing near the Kali Besar busway station whereby I'm surrounded by so many beautiful European style buildings. And if you are a tourist or an expat that is currently residing here in Jakarta, there are several areas of the city that you should definitely explore. And one of them will be the Jakarta Old Town or Kota Tua Jakarta, where I'm standing right now. So, without further ado, I will show you what are our points of interest for today. So, our first point of interest will be this building, which is currently operating as a cafe called Rode Winkel. But the real name of this building is Toko Merah, or if we translate it to English, it will be Red Shop. I will tell you a bit of history of this building. So basically, this building uh, used to serve for different purposes, such as the residence for prominent high-ranking Dutch officials, and also a shop owned by a very wealthy Chinese merchant at that time, and he named it Toko Merah. So this is the stairs that will lead you to the second floor, whereby the cafe is located. So just gonna show you some artworks, and you can see that there is the old map of Jakarta during Dutch colonial era. I don't know, I cannot read it for you. It's just too small and it is written in Dutch, but it looks fantastic to me. And also this grande looking door. So I'm trying to see what's inside. Oh, looks huge. Actually, if I may recall, I think one of my friend, university friend, back in the day, they try to, rent a space here for wedding photo shoot, pre-wed photo shoot. And this is another space which the owner is currently putting it for rent. It looks nicer than the second floor, I would say. And I really like this door and its details. As you can see that I think it has been repainted for sure, but the details itself is still original. Okay. Hello guys. So we are here at the very center of the Jakarta Old Town, Kota Tua, and I'm currently sitting in front of the very iconic building, which is Fathahillah Museum or Jakarta Historical Museum. So, yeah, it's quite sunny today, but I think this is the very right time for us to take some pictures and doing some vlogs. And I will bring you inside as well. But before that, I will show you, other interesting buildings within the perimeter of this particular area. So we are currently inside the museum, and then if you enter the museum, you will be greeted by this magnificent, impressive but unfinished painting by one of the most talented Indonesian painter, Mr. Haryadi Widjojo. It was painted in 1975, but it has yet to finish until now. Um, this painting actually tells about the social life in Batavia, in Jakarta. Batavia is the old name of Jakarta, given by the Dutch. And I will show you the painting in details. For your kind of information, Indonesia experienced a long colonial history under Dutch rule. During this era, the hierarchy of Indonesian society was classified into three main categories. The first and the highest categories was filled by Dutch and other European nationals. The second one was filled by the people from the East Asian as well as Middle Eastern countries who came to Indonesia and settled in Indonesian big cities, including Jakarta, as traders. And then the last and lowest category was filled by local Indonesian people, which I think is very, very ironic, but we have to accept that because that is the bitter part of our history. And this is the center of attention of the painting. It depicts the very extravagant banquet hosted by the European families, I have to say. And they are trying to invite all the people from the different categories that I've mentioned before. In the middle part of the museum, you will be greeted by a pair of ondel-ondel, which is the icon of Jakarta City. They are basically giant puppets made out of bamboo as the frames and some fabrics. A person will operate the puppet from the inside. So if you are wondering, the inside is hollow. And fun fact, do you know how to tell the gender of ondel-ondel? The male has thick mustache and red skin color. Meanwhile, the female has white skin color and wear lipstick. Your visit to Fatahila Museum will not be complete if you don't meet with its sexiest resident, Mr. Hermes. I think we can see him from afar, but I will bring you closer. But don't be surprised because he is almost naked. I really admire his pose, which I find very impressive and sexy at the same time. Look at that. If he lived in the present, I assume that he would be considered as an alpha male. I mean, look at those abs and strong legs. He just stands on the ball with only one leg. Can you imagine? Beside the Hermes statue, you should also check out the tiny underground cells which the Dutch used to detain the detainees, most of which were Indonesians. There are several cells. I believe that it's about three or four. So I'm going to enter the cells now. I have to be honest with you that it stinks a lot. And it's quite funny at the same time because I feel like a giant visiting the house of a dwarf. And it's dark as well and very humid. So I cannot imagine if I have to live here even for a day. And the Dutch make sure that the detainees will not be able to move freely. Sometimes they will tie up the feet to the very heavy iron balls, just like that I've just shown you earlier. But there will be more at the back of each cells. I mean, how inhuman is it if you ask someone to stay here and then waiting for the execution day? These are the iron balls. I think the main purpose of having this kind of creepy uh, prisons is just to torture the detainees, nothing else. So let me check out other cells. Just want to see whether it will be the same or not. Okay, I think everything's quite similar, and it also stings. Okay, also the same. I think that's all about the cells, and we're going to move to the other spot. So, have you decided which room that you wanna rent for couple nights? Let me know. This particular exhibition room tells us about the interaction between local people in Jakarta as well as the Europeans as the colonizers. Although Indonesia experienced long colonial history under the Dutch rule, Portugal is the first country that colonized Indonesia, but it did not last that long. If I'm not mistaken, it only lasted for about 3 or 4 years. And this tells you about the agreement between Portugal and then Sunda, which is the local tribe in West Java, back in 1522. Oh, I really like the details of this particular piece. This is actually a room separator made of thick wood that is considered as the strongest wood in the world. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? And this is a cute screen that gives a feel that the snow is falling in Jakarta amidst the hot weather. So, yeah, that's cute. And here we see a mini cannon that is made of bronze, I believe, even though it is really tiny in size, but I can see how detailed it is. I assume that it is really complex to create. And here we have weapons used by the Dutch. This particular one is called Sword of Justice that they use to execute people, most of which were locals. These are samurais. I don't know. Here we see a miniature of VOC ship. which used to be the wealthiest corporation in the world. So at first they came from the Netherlands to Indonesia for trading, but when they saw the potentials of Indonesia as the land of precious spices such as cinnamon, cloves, cardamoms, and then pepper, they decided to colonize the country instead. So it's easier for them. They also showcase some old Indonesian banknotes. I believe they are from different periods. As you can see here, it's quite interesting to see. And there are also coins, and then another old banknotes. Here you can see some cabinets, dining tables with the chairs, and all of them are made of thick wood. In Indonesia, we like to use thick wood because it's strong and very durable. And next, I'm going to show you interesting items. My favorite will be this one, the miniature of a chair. I don't know what's the function, but it looks really cute and funny at the same time. And there are also day-to-day equipments that you will see right after this. Some of them are made of wood or iron, and then the combination of both. And this is the storage box. And then we do also have a container for measuring the grains or rice. And then there is also the measuring vessel for building materials. And this is a set of weights. I think we still use it at traditional markets, I believe. And then this is the measuring instrument for brick, and this is for the roof tiles. Yeah, looks interesting. And there are also several interactive screens across the museum that you should check out if you have time. They also serve as the information, yeah, for information. And then I'm going to show you one of my favorite spot within this museum, which is this room, because this room has a giant mirror that you can definitely use as a prop to create unique selfies, especially if you are a narcissist like me. And this is the another room separator, but this one is bigger in size and it has also more details. Yeah, also made of thick wood. Separator. Yeah, and this is the giant mirror that I told you. I'm just trying to catch the detail. Yes, it's quite huge in size, and there are also several spots that has the rust, but it makes it quite unique in its own way. And before going down to the ground floor, I'm going to show you the another spot for taking picture. So if you have time, you should definitely check this window. This place used to be used by the Dutch to see the executions. Hello guys, so I'm inside the puppet museum already. As you can see that There are so many puppet collections behind me. Most of them are from Indonesia, but they also showcase puppets from foreign countries. Frankly speaking, I have to be honest with you that I'm not that familiar with puppets, but I think today is an opportune time for me to learn more about puppets together with you guys by visiting this museum. So let's get to it. Now let's go to the next destination, which is Jakarta Ceramic and Art Museum. If you have very tight schedule, I suggest you to skip this place because I have to be honest with you guys that there are not much to see. But if you are into paintings and pottery, you can give it a try. And I'm trying to show you what are the things that you can see here. This museum has two floors with several exhibition rooms, but they are not uh, big, so you can discover all of them quite fast. These are some Chinese and Japanese porcelains, and key highlight of this museum is definitely pottery making class that will cost you for about 50,000 rupiah per person if you want to try. This will be a perfect activity for those of you who are into pottery making or just wanna learn something new. Perhaps you just wanna have romantic moments with your significant other, just like in romantic movies. They are filming themselves with the tripods. Make sure that they capture all the best moments to cherish in the future. So I'm inside Batavia Cafe right now and ordering my own early dinner. I'm quite hungry and it's a little bit raining outside. Fun fact is that I went home in the afternoon because my phone battery was running low, so there was no use if I stay here. But fortunately that I live nearby, so I can manage to go back for you guys. Talking a little bit about this cafe, it settles in a very old establishment. I would say that the establishment itself is for about through 200 years old, but the restaurant has been operating for more than 30 years in 2025. This restaurant also has a special place in my heart because it sells high quality Indonesian as well as Western cuisines at the very reasonable price. I don't say that it's cheap, but if you compare the price with the taste that you will get, it's worth your money for sure, or at least it's my humble opinion. And what else that I have to tell you? Yeah, I'll be also showing the ambience of the restaurant and then its own details once I finish my early dinner. So see you again.
Manis-manis sinangkelande, adek manis siapa yang punya? Boleh dong abang kalau kenalan, di mana adek rumahnya?
Adek apa bang? Kok tanya-tanya? Kalau kenalan sih boleh aja. Asal abang jangan macem-macem. Entar aye.
As you can see, my order has just arrived. It looks really tempting and scrumptious. I order lontong Medan, which consists of several elements. The main highlight of the show will be the lontong. As you can see underneath the pile of meat and chicken, and then served with several condiments such as the beef rendang and braised chicken with potato chips covered in balado sauce, which is delicious. And then this is anchovy and peanut cracker. We call it rempeyek. And then this one is Indonesian rice cracker as well. It is made of leftover rice. They dry it up and then they fry it until it's puffed. And the broth itself is really rich. It's a little bit spicy and sweet, made of the fresh coconut milk with spices. Okay, so I will enjoy it and then I will get back to you soon. Okay, guys, I think we should call it a day. It's getting dark already, and the rain is getting heavier and heavier. We have managed to cover all the iconic places that you should visit in Kota Tua, Jakarta. So I hope you like my video. Please don't forget to support me by giving thumbs up to my video and subscribing to my own channel and sharing this video to anyone you can think of, be it your family members, your friends, your colleagues, because if you support me, it will encourage me to make more videos in the future, not only about Jakarta, but also about other cities all over the world. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.